How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Steinsgate, Linear Bounded Phenogram. Thank you so much for your patience. I got sick last week, so I was not able to do any recording, but I'm back. I'm feeling decently better. I found out last night when I was doing my recordings that my throat gives out a little early, so we're gonna have to see how that plays out, but don't worry, we'll be jumping right into things and just kind of going with the flow. But thankfully it wasn't anything serious, nothing to be superly concerned about, just pretty much just a real nasty cold that lasted a week. But yeah, so no worries there. So anyway, last time we wrapped up Ferris' story, which was great. It had a cute ending. I wish there were more to it, but well, we'll keep moving on. And we've been presented with our next line of choices. Now that I'm seeing, we have Lukako, Mayuri, no, Mayuri, and Mayuri, whatever, and then Mocha. Now I was torn between Mayuri and Mocha. I might come back and do Mocha, but I decided to do Mayuri. I know a lot of us are fans of her, and also I would love to see things from her perspective. So we're gonna jump in here, and then after that, I think there's going to be potentially 2 more endings, like another level, and then like apparently there's a bonus level after you do all of them. So I'm probably not going to showcase all of them, like I've said before. I just don't want to steal all the chances for you to explore this yourself. And frankly, I don't want to be lingering on this too long. We have lots of other stories to explore too, including the final Steinsgate visual novel series that came out a little before this one. And we got to make sure we get to that eventually. So let's jump right into it, shall we? Ooh. Now this one is in the Alpha World line, and it seems to me it resembles the original world line number. So I'm wondering if we're going to be going over things from Mayuri's perspective up until SERN bursts through the door. That's my current theory. We'll have to see how that plays out. Ooh, is this her room? Not surprised at all, but it's pretty cute. Last night I had a really happy dream for the first time in a long time. In my dream I went to Grandma's grave. Her memorial service is tomorrow, but my dream let me see her a day early. So she's praying to the blue Upa. Now, interesting, memorial service, is this like for her actual burial? Then that would mean there's like years before like the events of Steinsgate. Speaking of which, can I access the phone? Does it say the date or time? No mail, no mail. Yeah, it doesn't have the actual year listed out. Anyway, we're gonna go to tips and we're gonna look at the blue Upa. Among Mayuri's collection of various Upas, this one is her favorite. Aw, there it is. I roll blue Upa around my palm as I ask. Round ears and short legs, and a little twisted tail. Upa's just so adorable. Just looking at him makes me feel so relaxed. He's every bit as adorable as all the other popular mascots. Down with Hikonyan, Shime-ji-san, and Kumamomon. And that one I've seen, like that's real, right? That's like Kumamomon is the black panda with the kind of weird face, but it's like super popular. If it's not that, then it's something very similar to Kumamomon. Let's see. So, Kumamomon, a mascot character that was clearly designed to try and usurp Hikonyan. He's big eyes and super welcoming smile, but looks deeply into his eyes reveals nothing but emptiness. And Shimija-san, a character that's risen in prominence almost by happenstance. They've even released a CD. Its lackadaisical looking eyes is one of its charm points. It makes a strange noise when pulled from wood. There are multiple versions of Shimiji-san and Hikonyan. A charismatic mascot character representing a certain part of Japan, a black cat that wears a kabuto on its head. At one point, his popularity had exploded across the country, resulting in all kinds of merchandise. In fact, he was so popular, he ended up getting caught up in all sorts of adult problems. What a tragic past. Okay, so I think, like, Hikonyan, that sounds a lot like the one that's, like, based on a cat that was, like, adopted by a train station and they made it a mascot. There's a whole history to mascots. It's really interesting. I've seen just a few featurettes on YouTube about it. I'll have to go watch them again now that's bringing this up, because I know I'm getting stuff wrong. And to be fair, Japanese mascots is not really something I'm expected to know about, but I know I've heard something about this. And it's interesting that's being brought up here. Anyway.
でも、なんであんな夢を見たのかな?
Maybe it's because I want to talk to Grandma about everything that's been going on lately. Miyushi used to tell Grandma everything. And she'd always listen to me and smile. Afterwards, she'd always let me eat some of her homemade dango. Grandma is Mayushi's very best friend. That doesn't change just because she's up in the sky now. Oh, fetch! Oh man, the feelings are getting real already. It hasn't changed, and it won't ever change.
しかもね、青ウーパー、聞いて。なんと、昨日のマユシーの夢にはね、オカリンまでついてきたのです。
Okay, so this is after the initial time when they met, right? Because I don't think they were friends before that point.
昨日のマユシーの夢は、ほんと神がかりすぎてたよ。キッチンジローのメンコロみたいだったんだ。
Kitchen Jiro. Menkoro from Kitchen Jiro. That sounds like a reference I should know. An item on Kitchen Jiro's menu, Menchi Croquette. It's an amazingly voluptuous combo containing Mayuri's favorite Menchi Katsu and a croquette. Kitchen Jiro's. I'm not sure what that's referencing. I thought it might be a reference to Food Wars, but I don't know. That doesn't seem right. And I'm sure there's plenty of other cooking anime and manga, so... In the dream, Mayushi said goodbye to Mom and the others and went to Grandmother's grave alone after the memorial service. But then Okarin appeared too. It surprised me, but it also made me really happy. It feels like we haven't been talking a lot lately, so I was feeling a little lonely. I must have been thinking about how I wanted to see Okarin too.
ああ、そうだ。忘れないうちに、ちゃんと日記に書いておかないと。マユシーすぐに忘れちゃうから。
I love writing my dreams down. I have really interesting dreams, and when I remember them, I usually try to write them down because they're fascinating, and it helps me remember them, obviously. I've actually even experienced the effect of having dreams that flow like a narrative, but they're often spaced in these large gaps. Like I've had a running series for about 6 months where like about once a month I would have this dream where I would like remember everything that happened before, but it would continue off of where it last was when I like had woken up the time before. And I've also had one for, it was like all through high school and a little bit of junior high. Every winter around January, I would have a recurring dream where I'd remember everything from the previous episodes. I call them episodes because they're previous dreams. And it would continue this story as if it had never been interrupted. And it always happened like once a year. And I remember that one was really interesting because it was like a dystopian future. Like we were like traveling like in the countryside, camping out, trying to find supplies. There's a lot of water and flooding, so I don't know if it was supposed to be like a Waterworld-esque type of thing or something, but it was an interesting one, and I wrote down a lot of it. So it's really, I don't know, dreams and me have a very interesting relationship, and my dreams are incredibly vivid. Oh, that's a cute little book. After putting Blue Opal back in its usual spot, I opened my diary on my desk. I try to write only good memories in my diary. That way, when I feel sad or lonely, I can open my diary and read about happy things. That makes me feel a little better. But I don't make myself write every day. Sometimes Mayushi only writes once a week or even once a month. But when I have good dreams, I try to write them down. These days I keep having scary nightmares, so I haven't written about in my dreams in a long time.
夢の中で一足先におばあちゃんのお墓参りに行ってきた。そしたらなんとびっくり。神がかったタイミングでオカリンがやってきて。
Aww. I write down my memories of my dream in my diary. Mayushi didn't tell Okarin about visiting Grandma, so I was a little surprised. Wow, I said. How did you know I was here? Then Okarin said something like, I always know where my hostage is. It made me kind of... No, it made me really happy.
Okarin とも
She's got it hard for him. I feel bad too because...
たっぷりお話できたし、お墓参りの後、 いつも食べてたお団子も一緒に食べることができたし、昔と何もかもが同じで懐かしかった。
I feel bad for Mayuri because, like, she's a sweetheart and she obviously really cares for, likes, and loves Okarin. And yet, we also really know that Okarin really is, like, it's he and Courtesy. Like, this whole story is about their love that like, stretches through time, space, and world lines. And while Mayuri is really great, it just doesn't feel like ultimately it's meant to be. And so it's really sad because, like, you can see she's so pure of heart. Like, that's what makes her so great. And yet to know that, like, ultimately she's going to be frustrated.
お団子はおばあちゃんを思い出すからちょっぴり悲しい味がするけれど、それでもやっぱり懐かしくて美味しかったと。あの夢まさ夢になるといいのにな。
Aww. Until I started high school, Okarin always came to visit Grandma's grave with me. I remember those visits. The dango we ate in the dream were the same ones Okarin and I always ate together. They tasted exactly the same, and they were super delicious. The flavor reminded me of the ones Grandma used to make. I can't forget to eat some after Grandma's memorial service tomorrow.
オカリンって不思議。いつでもマユシーが元気がないとそれとなく励ましてくれるし、最近じゃマユシーの夢の中でも出ずっぱりだし。
Right, a lot of her bad dreams are likely the echoes from the other world lines. These days, whenever I have a nightmare, Okarin always shows up in the dream to try and help me. But whenever Okarin appears, it looks like he's in a lot of pain. It makes me sad.
昔からオカリンはマユシーのことを見守っていてくれてたけど、夢にまで出ずっぱりっていうのはさすがにどうなのかな。
No, I think she's worried that he's in her dreams so much that it's causing him stress.
マユシーがオカリンに頼りすぎってことなのかな。オカリンは優しすぎるから。
Aww. You may be a super shy tsundere and have a bad case of chunibyo, but Okarin is actually very kind. I've never heard Okarin described as a tsundere, but it actually kind of works. He's a super shy tsundere and a chunibyo. Wow. I like how she's so blunt in her mind about it, but it's a perfect way to summarize who he is. That's so cute. If you spend a lot of time with him, you can tell. When Grandma died and Mayuri couldn't even talk because of the shock, Okarin always looked out for her and supported me. Just being around him feels really relaxing and comforting. I always wish that Okarin would be there beside me forever.
オカリンは夢の中でマユシーはこのままでいいって何も変わらずにいてくれって言ってくれてたけど。
Yeah. I think Okarin would say that in real life too.
だけどやっぱりその言葉に甘えっぱなしじゃダメだよね。
I sigh, poking at the heads of my upas.
マユシーはオカリンの重荷になりたくないから。
Lately, it seems like Okarin has a very big problem that he's been keeping to himself. And I think the cause probably has something to do with me. Because sometimes Okarin will stare at my face for a while. He'll look reassured for a second, but then his face darkens with pain. Whenever I see Okarin do that, my chest hurts and makes it hard to breathe.
オカリンは優しすぎだから時々ものすごく申し訳ないなって気になっちゃうよ。
This is what kind of kills about, like, Okarin keeps her out of the loop because he doesn't want her to be scared. He doesn't want to frighten her or overwhelm her. But she knows. I mean, she knows him too well, and she's like, she can seem so oblivious, but when it comes to people, she's not. She's super observant and keen. She has a really good sense for how people are feeling, and often can piece out what's going on. And so what hurts is that he tries to protect her by not talking to her, but I think he ends up hurting her more because of it. I know that I'm really a heavy burden to Okarin, but I don't know why. It just makes me sad that I can't do anything. I've tried to ask him the reason, but when I did, it seemed like he didn't want me asking, so I decided against it.
ねえ、おばあちゃん。
I close my eyes and put my ear to pockety. I keep saying pocket watch from Grandma. I didn't know about that. A keepsake that Mayuri inherited from her grandmother. I think I actually mentioned this sometime in the original game. The ticking of the watch is like Grandma's heartbeat. Doing this makes me feel so calm. It makes me feel like Grandma's always right there, ready to listen to me.
やっぱりマユシーはいつまでもオカリンの人質でいちゃダメだよね。
Aww.
いつか卒業しなくちゃ。わかってるんだ、本当は。だけど。
At the end of my diary entry, I write down graduate from hostagehood in small letters. But when I see those words, I start to get really scared. I quickly erase them. A way to graduate from being Okarin's hostage. Well, I've thought of one way. But if possible, I'd rather do anything else. Fetch, what is that?
他に何かいい方法を探さなくちゃ。きっといい方法が見つかるはず。
Oh man. When I look up at the night sky from the open window, I look for the same star I always do. I found it right away. Because that star is always in the same spot, Polaris. Polaris, the star that shines brightly in the northern skies. When I look up at Polaris, always twinkling in the same place, I start to relax. I wish Mayuri could be just like it and never have to change. Today is a very important day. Grandma's memorial service is being held. But since the ceremony is in the evening, Mayuri stops by Komi-ma with Kaede-chan and Fubuki-chan, bright and early in the morning. Wait a minute. Yeah. These two are pretty important in the in Zero. Are we actually gonna see them here? Like, are their designs in this game? Kaede-chan and Fubuki-chan and I are part of something like a cosplay club. Making costumes is Mayuri's specialty. The other girls just wear them. This year, Komi-ma is just as busy and intense as ever. If anything, Kaede-chan and Fubuki-chan's cosplays are even more popular than last year. They're surrounded by semi-photographers. Semi-protographers. Sorry, that's a great smash up of words right there. Fubuki's the one I liked. I thought she was funny. Seeing the two of them wearing Mayuri's handmade cosplays and surrounded by photographers with their shutters clicking non-stop made me proud to have worked so hard. What is this? You got a mail? Kaede-chan. Are you okay? Mayuri-chan, you didn't seem very cheerful at Komi-ma today. Are you okay? Did you work too hard making all the cosplay? Be careful of heat stroke. Thank you for always making such wonderful outfits. Because of you, the Sengoku Sabara Kasuga costume was a big hit. There were a lot of low anglers, the scum, but I gave them plenty of fan service. So I might as well just let them have fun. I'll be sure to treat you to a castle siege parfait at the Sengoku Butler Cafe. Great work. I mean it. Have a good rest. Okay, so parfait reply is, the name sounds incredible. They're really parfait like that. Mayuri bets it's delicious. Thanks. Looking forward to it. Kasuga costume. Kasuga cosplay is hard for most cosplayers to pull off, but you have a great figure, Kaede-chan. It really fits you well. It was so sexy that even my heart was racing. Aww. And then making all the cosplay. Sorry for worrying you, Kaede-chan. I totally immersed in making new cosplay, and then I don't even realize when I'm overworking myself. Did I really work too hard? I don't feel like that's what Mayuri would say. I think one of these latter two, I'm guessing the parfait, honestly. Like, knowing Mayuri, like, she would see something like Castle Siege Parfait, and she'd be like, what is that? Get big eyes and all, like, that would be all she hears, because she's just such a foodie. Yep. Sending mail. I like the paper airplane, it's cute. Alright, It was hard. But I can't get my mind off Okarin. It was hard to stay focused on Komi-ma. So I left earlier than I expected to and headed to the station, pulling my cart full of merchandise along with me. Aw, in my other hand was a bouquet of lilies I just bought of the florist. They're for Grandma's memorial service. They are very pretty. Something I've said as a personal goal I started last year is I want to work on my green thumb. I want to like plant, cultivate, and grow a garden. And I've done some gardening in the past with my family, mostly vegetables and stuff, and I did pretty good at that. It's just been a while. However, I've never tried flowers before, and so this year I'm doing a flower bed. I did a flower bed last year. It was alright, but I kind of took an easy way out where I planted a bunch of wildflowers. They didn't take much work. This year I'm trying something more, and I'm trying to get something perennial, something that comes back every year so I can take care of it. And I actually am doing lilies. I'm doing a pattern of lilies that are white and kind of like a brilliant strawberry red, like switching off along the border. And then inside we're doing these bleeding heart bushes where the flowers, you've probably seen them, they kind of dangle in these like lines, and they look like the petals come together and look like little hearts. My sister we used to have a bush of this in my home growing up, and my sister used to pretend they were earrings and put them on her ears. I'm sure everyone's done that who's had these flowers. But the bush was really like, it was pretty, and the flowers were nice, and they stayed around a long time, where like a lot of flowers will bloom and then after a few months they just vanish. The bleeding hearts will stay for most of the season and only vanish in the fall. So it's a really pretty plant, and I'm hoping that everything's gonna grow. I have no idea. I did what I could, but I have no idea what to expect. When I visit her grave by myself, I only take one flower, but I upgrade to a bouquet for ceremonies. Flowers are surprisingly expensive, and even between my allowance and pay, I don't have enough money to buy nice flowers. Yeah, they are. They're expensive. I can only do this because Mom and Dad are my sponsors. When I'm an adult and start making real money, maybe she wants to bring Grandma a bouquet of flowers that takes both hands to carry. And I want to do that someday. Aw, that's so sweet. Once I graduate high school, then graduate university, I try thinking about what comes next. I see a businessman dressed in a suit hurrying into a building and trying to imagine myself wearing a suit like that. I don't know, I'm pretty sure you'd look good in anything, Mayuri. You're very cute. An adult me. I can't even imagine that yet. At school, they gave us all career path guidance forms, and none of it feels real to me. What kind of an adult will Mayushi become? What kind of job will I have? Will I be an office worker? Will I even be good at my job? What will the other lab members be doing by then? What's going to happen to the lab?
Mayushi wa minna to itsumademo isshouni nakayoku ga ii na.
You know, it is an interesting question. Like, if all the crap that's coming in the future didn't happen, and if these guys weren't already so heavily involved in it, what would they all be if life just kind of continued normally and didn't have a crazy death war in the future? You know, like, what if it just progressed peacefully forever? It's kind of sad because that's how we always assume that our lives are going to play out, right? It sounds ridiculous talking about it here, but then we always assume that the world's going to be about the same tomorrow. Maybe that's something to think about. But regards, like, I mean, what would Okarin be? Like, especially without, like, the wake-up he kind of has between steinsgate and steinsgate 0. Like, if he kept in his, like, kind of idyllic mindset, like, would he actually become a scientist? Would he ever go to university? Or would he not really step up to the plate because he never learned, like, the importance of, like moving forward with his ideas rather than just entertaining thoughts in his mind? I'm sure it would be impossible to spend every day together like we do now. But I hope that even when I'm an adult, the lab members can get together and have another of Okarin's whatever table meetings. Ah, Ferris! Hello! Uh-oh, she doesn't look too happy.
Mayushi desu.
Aww.
Mayushi, tasukete hoshii nya.
Uh-oh.
Ferris-chan, doushita no? お店、やっぱり忙しいのかな?
Curse you, hand.
そうなのにゃ。今日
に限ってミーニャンが休養でバイトに来れなくなっちゃって大ピンチなのにゃ。
Oh, that sucks. Running a store and having people call in last second. I call out last second for rough, but with Komi-ma here, it's almost like not surprising. Somebody's probably skipping out on purpose.
ランチタイム、マユシーの手も借りたいほどの忙しさなのにゃ。コミマで忙しいのは重々承知の上での頼みにゃ。そうなんだ。マユシーなら大丈夫だよ。ちょうどよかったかも。コミマ早めに切り上げてきたからお手伝いしに行った方がいい？うにゃーそうしてもらえるとものすごく助かるにゃ。持つべきものはマユシーにゃ。せっかくのお休みにゃのに悪いけど頼めるかにゃ。
Yeah.
もちろんだにゃ。コミマの状況組の人たちが押しかけてきてものすごく忙しい時なのに無理言ってお休みをもらっているんだもん。これぐらい当然だよ。
Aw, Mayuri is just so awesome.
めちゃくちゃ助かるにゃ。ランチタイムを乗り切れば多分なんとかなるにゃ。ちょっとだけお願いできるかにゃ。
Aw.
それじゃあ超特急で向かうね。30分ぐらいで着くよ。
Dang, that's so fast. That's impressive.
かたじけないにゃ。今は悩んでる暇もないくらい忙しい方がちょうどいいかもだね。
Yeah, maybe. Otherwise, I won't be able to stop thinking about Okarin. I pretend to roll up my sleeves to get myself pumped up, then pulling my cart along with me, I make a run for the station. There it is. Oh, hey, we got another message. I hurry back to Akiba and to the MayQueen Yan Yan. Alright, so we got Kaede-chan. It's not just delicious. They're also super fun to eat. It's really crazy. Try it next time. Try it next time. I don't know why it's broke up time like that, and it just broke my brain. I just could not read that word. It was making me stumble.
うわー、すごい行列。
So I got a weird vein in my arm that keeps like it's catching my attention, it's just popping out. I don't know why. I just noticed it right now, but apparently it caught my attention. I couldn't even see the end of the line starting at the entrance of the MayQueen Yan Yan. I guess that makes sense too. Like so much otaku like out and about. Like I'm sure this place just gets rushed during Komi-ma. I can feel an intense passion radiating from all the customers, or rather, masters. If they're this passionate, I need to be too. I enter the cafe from the rear entrance. Once I change into my uniform, put on a big smile, and skip onto the hall.
てれー、まゆしーにゃんにゃん、お待たせにゃん。
Aww.
まゆしー、待ってたにゃー。
Yes, Ferris, yes, we're here. With tears in her eyes, Ferris Shen leaps into my arms and to hug me. She reminds me of a real purring cat jumping into my lap. Compared to the air-conditioned cafe, Ferris Shen's body is warm and soft, and it feels nice. But when she hugs me, I feel like the masters are watching us very closely, or am I just imagining things? Some of them are yelling stuff like, "It's too much!" Yeah, I could understand that. It's too much. Taken from the character Suzuki Tameo, who appears in the anime Berry Panic. A bona fide version of her catchphrase, "It's too much for me to take," typically used when faced with a Yuri-like scenario. Berry Panic. And Suzuki Tamao. I'm guessing that's a classic one that I'm just not familiar with. But maybe she's not too much at all.
本当に助かるにゃん。さすがマユシーはフェイリスと前世で義兄弟ならぬ義姉妹の契約を交わした盟友だけあるにゃん。
Aww.
義姉妹？ああ、マリア様の言う通りのスールみたいなのにゃ。
Is that like a drama? Soyur, a system in place at a Catholic all-girl high school designed to have the younger girls learn about proper etiquette from the older girls. When the younger girl accepts a cross from the older girl, the pact is complete, making them proper sisters. And it's just like Maria says, fictional. A girl novel that takes place at a Catholic all-girl high school. Due to the Soyur system used in the high school, the novel blew up with not just female readers, but fans of Yuri as well. Interesting. I wonder what a Japanese take on an all-girl Catholic high school would be.
そうにゃん。それじゃあフェリスちゃんはマユシーのお姉様にゃん。
Aww.
そうそう、お姉様にゃん。ぬふふ。マユシー、リボンが曲がってるにゃん。
Oh no! Mimicking a famous scene from It's Just As Mayuri Says, Feris-chan fixes the ribbon on my maid outfit.
お姉様は何でもお見通しにゃん。
They're gonna make people's brains explode here, I'm guessing. As she tied my ribbon, Feris-chan stared at me from below. Feris-chan's large eyes sparkled with light. It makes me feel as if she really can read me, and I can't help but look away. Feris-chan's so smart and has really good intuition, so...
マユシー、何かあったにゃん。
Oh boy. Uh-oh, she really is sharp.
なんでもないにゃん。
Sorry, Ferris can read lies like none else. I'm gonna check the phone, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, good. Because I kept missing stuff in the other parts.
そうかにゃ。
She's like, right.
何か悩み事があるなら、お姉様にゃんにいつでも相談してにゃ。
She gives me another big hug. I do admit, like, one of the challenges of being friends with Ferris would be the fact that she can see through lies so well. Like, I mean, we all lie sometimes, and it's probably healthier if you had a friend you just were completely honest with, but like, there'd be times where it'd be like, I really just want to keep this to myself, please, just, can we drop it? I really don't stand a chance against Feris-chan.
ありがとう。とりあえず今だけは悩みとか忘れて元気いっぱいご主人様たちにご奉仕するにゃ。そうしたら元気も出てくるにゃ。ご主人様たちから元気を分けてもらうにゃ。そう言っとるにゃ。
Yes, 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 suck it up for them, suck it up for them. You can suck my energy from me, some of the masters raise their fists and holler. No, that's really weird. Oh, it's weird. Oh, the more I think about it, the worse it is. Alright, as if provoked up by Feris-chan's top-class smile, my strained smile became a real one too. Feris-chan's always so powerful and bright. She gives energy to everybody around her. If someone's feeling down, she notices right away and pulls them into her own world to give them strength. I hope maybe she can be like Feris-chan one day. Feris is great. I'm glad that we can agree on that. She's so cute. Feris is adorable.
もうバイト上がっていいにゃ。ものすごく助かったにゃ。
Aww.
あれ、もうランチタイムおしまい。
Surprised by Feris-chan's words, I look at the clock and it's already past 1:30 p.m. Last call for lunch orders is already over. Most days it felt like time ticked by so slowly, but this lunchtime went by like a whirlwind. Things were so busy, it felt like my head was spinning. In fact, I think it might have been. I was so busy that I lost track of what I'd been doing halfway through. My mind started to wander as I drew an endless series of pictures and messages on the master's omelets. If someone handed me a bottle of ketchup right now, I think I'd automatically start drawing something. Aww. But it is kind of nice, especially when you got a lot on your mind. A heavy workload can be a nightmare, but at the same time, if it's paced properly, it can be a blessing because it really lets things flow quickly.
ランチタイムが一番の修羅場にゃ。ここを乗り切ったら、あとはもう大丈夫にゃ。あとはフェイリスに任せるにゃ。
I worked in food in high school. It wasn't nearly as fun as this, I'm sure, but it was Subway. But yeah, I totally get the whole lunch rushes and keeping up a restaurant of a type.
ありがとう。こんなに忙しい時にお休みもらっちゃって、なんだかごめんね。
Don't ever apologize for taking time off, that's your right.
気にすることないにゃ。ちゃんとコミマ期間特別手当出てるし。そっか。まゆし、だいぶ元気出てきたにゃ。
Alright, this would be a great thumbnail if I need one. Oh, it's so cute. Ah, she's so cute.
フェリスちゃん、ありがとう。
Yep, that's good.
悩みには体を動かすのがよく効くにゃ。あとは悩みの根元をガツンと立つことにゃ。
Sound perfect advice.
悩みの根元を立つ。 す
Mm-hmm.
悩みの原因となってる相手と腹割ってガチで話すだけにゃ。
What was it like? I think there's a saying that's about this that I heard growing up. Is like, one strike at the root of a problem is more effective than 1,000 strikes at the leaves. You know, the idea that like if you're wasting your energy on just dealing with the noisy, flashy bits, and you ignore the source of the problem, you're never going to make any headway.
ガチ。うんうん。自分一人で解決できる悩みなんてそんなに多くないにゃ。
It's true.
確かにそうかも。こうかもしれない、ああかもしれないって想像するしかできなくて。さあさあ、想像は想像でしかないにゃ。だから悩みが長引くにゃ。
It's true.
そっか。それじゃあ頑張ってにゃ。お疲れ様にゃ。うん、ありがとう。
Excellent, excellent. She has a point. I've been talking less and less with Okarin lately. Maybe Fetish-chan's right. Maybe I should have a good long talk with Okarin soon. I feel like I've begun to see part of the solution to this problem. After getting changed into the changing room, I decided to leave my stuff at the lab before going to the memorial ceremony. I thought it might be nice if I could see Okarin while I was there too.
Okarin, ラボにいるかな。会えたらいいな。
He very likely will be, but who's gonna be there? Excuse me. I know that having serious conversation with Okarin is important, but I noticed myself trying to talk around it.
うんうん、違う。会えたらいいなじゃなくて、会わなくちゃだね。
Aww.
やっぱりフェリスちゃんの言う通り、一度しっかりオカリンとお話ししなくちゃ。
I'm scared of what this conversation is gonna be. I make up my mind to stop to take out my cell phone. Instead of relying on coincidence, I need to make sure we get some time to talk. I just need to put my thoughts into action. Try calling Okarin. I'm really nervous for some reason. Why has Mayuri become such a heavy burden on Okarin? I want to know, but I'm also scared to ask. He doesn't pick up. I'm disappointed, but also a little relieved.
メールにしとこうかな。
Okay, sounds good. Man, I remember T9 speaking. It's Mayushi. Hey, Okarin, were you worried about something? You look really stressed lately, you know? Is there anything Mayushi can do to help? Or can you not talk because it's you? Because it's me? That's really sad and hurtful. My heart would explode if I got a message like that from her. Holy crap! That last line! Oh my, no! Telling someone about your uneasiness is a really scary thing. My thumbs tremble as I touch the keypad. If you think I'm a burden, please just tell me. This is such a big theme too. Oh my gosh, it comes up so much in Zero. Like it's like a crux of a whole ending. Dang. I finish typing the final letter, then deeply sigh. My finger hovers over the send button. Oh, I remember I did this a lot in high school, like type out a whole message and just be on the brink of sending it, trying to decide if it was a good idea or not. But I just can't make myself press it.
オカリンが悩んでいる理由を知らなくちゃ。マユシーはオカリンのために何もできないんだから。
She's sending it! Oh, fetch! I gather my courage and finally press the site button.
送っちゃった。
Can't get it back now. But will Okarin reply? I want him to, but at the same time I don't. It's really complicated. But it's better than leaving the problem as it is without making any effort. I put away my cell phone, raise my head, look straight ahead, and begin to walk. I feel a little better now that I've sent the message. I didn't get any reply from Okarin on my way to the lab. Maybe he hasn't read my message yet. Okarin isn't the type to check his phone that often anyway.
オカリンは今 どこで何してるのかな?
Oh man, I have a feeling we're gonna walk up there and we're not gonna be able to see him, but maybe Daru will be there and he'll be like, oh, I don't know where he is, but he's off with that one girl, and I would be like, ooh, next to the chest. But what if he's in there doing something like really weird? Like, there could be really weird as in like, I don't know, dressed as a lizard man as we've seen before, or as a llama, you know, those are weird. But I was thinking more of like, having a moment with Kurisu. A moment. That would be horrendously awkward. Okarin wasn't at the lab, but Daru-kun was. Okay, so I called it. He's curled up on the sofa with a mountain of tiny books, paging through one and breathing heavily. Why is he back so early? Shouldn't he still be a Komi-ma?
あれ、ダルくんだ。てってれー。
おう、まゆし、おつー。
Otsu.
まだコミマかと思ってた。もう帰ってきてたの？
僕ほどの猛者ともなると本気の戦いは朝一緒上皇。狙っていた物全部ゲットし終わったから昼過ぎには帰ってきたんだお。
Guess it makes sense. You've got no other reason to be there. You might as well go home and enjoy your goods. The spoils of war.
さすがはダルくん。ガチオタさんは違うね。
ガチオタ言うなお。せっかくだしまゆしも一緒に僕の戦利品見ない？今舐めるようにチェックしてニヨニヨしてたとこなんだよね。僕の嫁がいっぱいだお。
Oh, nice.
だってダルくんとマユシーはジャンルが違うもん。甲賀ゆいさんの同人誌とかなら読みたいけど、ダルくんの好きな同人誌は肌色が多い系だよね。
Extra saucy ones. Have a feeling I know what that is. Extra saucy, used to refer to a type of doujins in which the cover features scantily clad characters. Typically, one can judge the kind of content inside said doujin based on its cover. Extra saucy.
薄い本はやっぱ肌色が多くてなんぼだろ上皇。
Sure.
ねえダルくん、オカリンとクリスちゃんは今日はラボには来てない？
Yeah, so Kurisu is here and everything.
くー出た。まゆしの天然する。そこにしびれる憧れる。てかオカリンとマキセシなら今日は見てないけど。
Wonder if they're in trouble.
そっか。
なんぞ二人に用なん？
用ってほどのことじゃないんだけど。
きっと今頃二人とも一緒にリア充時間を満喫してるんじゃね？
No, don't say that to me, Yuri. It's gonna be like a knife in the chest.
そうかも。だね。
Are they all lovey-dovey in this too? To be honest, Mayushi sometimes thinks that they really might be together, so I give Daru-kun a nod of agreement.
いやまゆし、今のは突っ込むとこだって。マキセシはともかくあの重度の中二病のオカリンがリア充とかまずないっしょ。
Dude, most Chunibyo, I'm sure, would be pretty happy to be pulled into a real relationship. But again, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. At the same time, I definitely have like the streak and capability of a Chunibyo. Like in high school, I probably would have counted as a softcore one. And like I do find myself like dancing through my own imagination, like with stories and character ideas and stuff, and I can get really distracted from real life. But I'm not to the point where I like talk about it like it's my life. Does that make sense? Does that technically make me a Chunibyo? Like is the Chunibyo like the delusion, strictly the delusion that you are like possession of magical powers? Because I wouldn't say that. I just like to imagine myself with powers and kind of contemplate what I would do with them, you know, especially from reading a good book or something. If that makes me count, then I'll be one. But I feel like Chunibyo's more like Okarin, where he's like infiltrates and influences the way he talks and the way he interacts with like everyday people, and that wouldn't be the case for me.
そうかな。ダルくん、ありがとう。
何が
Yeah, like what?
なんでもない。それにしても今日も暑かったね。コミマ会場熱気ムンムンで汗だくになっちゃった。
Okay, first of all, Daru's gonna have tons of fun with that sentence, but at the same time, like, she's so obviously like distracted and not really here. Like, in her own mind, she seems like she is convincing herself that it's just kind of a normal day, but she's really distressed right now.
ムンムンで汁だくに
Oh, Daru.
汁だくじゃなくて汗だくだよ。
いや間違ってない。むしろ正しいっしょ。まよし今のムンムンで汁だくになっちゃったって頼む。もう一度。
You suck, Daru.
ムンムンで汁だくに
Oh boy. This is what happens when she's just with Daru, huh?
汁だくいただきました。
Daru-kun seems very excited for some reason. Oh, you cover that
じ
up.
ゃあまゆし行くね。
もう
荷物置きに来ただけだし、これから法要だから。
あ、そうだっけ。じゃ気をつけて。でもその前にさっきのセリフもう一回だけ言ってくんない？
Come on, Daru, come on.
もしかして今のってエッチいセリフだったの？
Yes, yes, it was.
いやそれはそのゲフン
オカリンがダルくんにエッチいセリフ言わされそうになったら、嫁の命はないと思えって言うようにって。
That's a way to get to Daru.
ゲゲオカリンのやつ俺の嫁に何するつもりだお。
It's gonna delete all your save files.
さあマユシーにはよくわからないけど。
ゲゲそれじゃあ次はエッチなセリフってバレないようにやろう。
そういう問題じゃないんだけどな。
Yeah, a little bit. With a laugh, I start to make my way out of the lab, but then I freeze in my tracks.
そうだ。ダルくん。
Why did it get quiet? I'm nervous now.
ん
Mm-hmm.
一つだけお願いがあるんだけど、いいかな？
I should make some preparations just in case I need to act on that plan.
僕にお願いなんぞ。
What plan is she talking about? Like, she's gonna run away?
いざって時には協力をお願いできるかなって。
Mayuri, you're kind of freaking me out now.
協力？
そう、みんなには内緒でお願いできるかな。
Hmm.
みんなってオカリンにも？
Yeah.
なんか訳ありっぽいけど。
理由は聞かないでもらえたら嬉しいな。でもとっても大事なことなの。
Alright, I'm very, very concerned now. Very, very concerned.
おお。オッケー、わかった。僕とマユシだけの約束にしておく。
Right.
ありがとう、ダルくん。
例ならさっきのセリフを録音させてくれるだけでいいよ。
Hmm.
もうダルくん、エッチいのは禁止だよ。
そこをなんとか。
でもお礼はしなくちゃだね。エッチいの以外なら大丈夫だから。
Hmm. Daru, if you're thinking clearly about this, she obviously doesn't pick up on that kind of stuff really well, so you could just think of another line that she might not think is perverted, but totally is.
エロいのだったら余裕でいろいろあるのに。とまあ冗談は抜きにして、別にマユシの頼み事ならいつだって協力するし、礼とかそういうのもいらないし。
Right. Well, at least that part's down, alright.
そんな風に言ってくれるなんて、マユシーは嬉しいのです。
同じラボ面なんだしさ、固いことは抜きっしょ、ジョンコ。
やっぱり持つべきものはラボ面だね。
They really are the
今
best.
度ダルくんにマユシーのジューシー唐揚げナンバー1分けてあげるね。
I wish I could be a lab. Actually, no. I would love to be a lab mem in an ending where things don't go crazy bad. But I guess even then, though, like it'd be such a important thing to be a part of. I guess I might want to be if it were real. It might be something I'd want to be a part of.
って口に入れてくれるん？
別にいいよ。
Oh, fetch.
おお、それはなんと燃えるシチュー。けしからん、実にけしからん。僕には二次元の嫁たち、それにフェイリスタンというものがありながら。
Probably yes.
いや、だが、しかし、ハーレムルートというても。
Oh, Daru. Daru-kun starts to mumble to himself.
じゃあ、ダルくん、またねー。トゥットゥルー。
またなー。
I didn't see Okarin, but now I have a little relief if the worst comes to worse. I really hope that something that bad doesn't happen, but if it does... Fetch! Just as I reached the station, I got a message. Oh, it's from Mom. Don't forget the flowers. Mayuri, don't forget to buy flowers for Grandma's memorial service. It's from Mom. Oh, what a worrywart. Maybe she would never forget. I made sure to buy a very nice bouquet on the way back from Komi-ma. A big white bouquet of lilies, the one Grandma loves so much. Where is it? Did you leave it? Oh no! I look at my right hand, then my left, then inside my bag. It's gone. Fetch. I tilt my head back and think for a while.
どうしよう。おばあちゃんの花束、どこかに忘れてきちゃったみたい。どこで落としちゃったんだろう。大切なものなのに。
Crap. There's three ways I see this going, because we know where she last had him, which was at Komi-ma, and there's only three places she's really been between then and now. The lab, Nyan Nyan Squared, or the train. If it's the train, she's screwed. Crap. Yeah, that's not good. But I think this is where we're going to stop for today. I think this is about as long as I want to. We've established a lot of good stuff, and now we see the direction we're going to head in. So this route's already proving really interesting. I'm kind of horrified and terrified of what Mayuri's like ultimate solution is going to be. Fetch, that's terrible. I hope she's going to be okay. But I'm liking it so far. This is all very sweet. I'm already very happy with picking this route for sure. I'm really curious to see where it's going to play out. So yeah, I guess, do you have any predictions? If you haven't played this, obviously no spoilers, but if you haven't played this, do you have any predictions or thoughts to add to what I have said up until now? What do you think Okarin and Christina are doing? Is there anything like dubious about them? Are they just trying to save Mayuri, or are they actually caught up in certain stuff at the moment? Last time they were missing, I also tried to say maybe they're caught up in certain stuff. I turned out to be very wrong there, so maybe it's a little much for you to assume that. But I mean, who else would be involved? I mean, this from what we see, like both Mayuri and Kurisu are alive, and we likely have a time limit machine. So what's actually happening here? And we also know that Okarin has been time leaping because he seems to be very caught up in this idea of keeping Mayuri alive. So we're going to have to figure out what on earth is happening. But anyway, we'll find all that out next week. So thank you so much for being part of this channel. Thank you so much for being here and just being patient with me. I'm glad to be making videos again. It's really good to be able to share this stuff with you. I also have some lined up some great stuff coming up in the next month. My gosh, I've got material to last me years. I don't know if we're ever going to get through everything, but I'll do my best to get the good stuff on here for you. And if you want to ever join the conversation outside of the comment section, there's always my Discord down below. Happily invite you there. But yeah, until the next video, watching me, I'll see me next. I'll see you there.